My name is John Burris, B-U-R-R-I-S. I represent the family of Oscar Grant. We are down here in Mass, obviously, to see these proceedings, to ensure that fairness and trial be given to Oscar Grant and his family. Proceedings today gave some indication that the judge is going to be mindful of Oscar Grant's rights and provide an opportunity for the case to be fairly heard. We're optimistic that will occur and that we'll be in a position to have this case presented in a fair way. We're also pleased to know that the case may get tried in mid-May. Which is good. We'd like the case to get tried sooner than later. We don't think that the defense's motion to disqualify Alameda County District Attorney's Office will prevail. That is a motion I think that has run its course. But from our point of view, we are pleased that the matter will get heard in a relatively short period of time.
John, what about the judge's Mike Raines' comment that you may be a prejudice to the case if they try to gag you?
Well, there's no secret that I'm an advocate for the family. I think that a real injustice has taken place here, and anything I have done is about trying to get justice for Oscar and for the family. His efforts to gag me, if you will, and to somehow suggest that I have prejudice as a client, I don't think carries a lot of weight. The judge is correct. There was no jurisdiction by the court on me, on my staff, but I will say I have no interest in doing anything that is going to prejudice this case, to delay the case, and to prevent the family from receiving a fair trial. So I do think it is important, particularly back in Alameda County, that I continue to explain to the public and to particularly the family the relevant issues that are in this case. It is a legal case that has issues that can be very complicated and difficult to understand, and it's certainly my job to make sure that those issues are clearly understood, communicated, and that the public who wants to know, to the extent that I am asked, that I provide clarity for them in understanding those issues. So to the extent that there was an effort to put a gag on me, that I think was misplaced and a wrong-headed approach, but I have no, I am not part of the case.
Do you think you made prejudicial comments?
Do you think that I what?
Do you think you made prejudicial?
I don't think that I made any prejudicial comments. Any comments I made have been the truth, based upon facts that have been developed during the course of my investigation, during the course of the preliminary hearing. There's not one fact that statement I have made has not been supported by the facts. So that's not prejudicial in my view at all.
So in terms of change of venue,
about unrest here and the safety of the witnesses in this case.
Well, the judge was very pointed in his view that if you have cameras in the courtroom, that it could have some impact on the witnesses, and that he's concerned about that. I think that there's some merit to that in terms of witnesses who are ordinary citizens who become sort of public in ways, and that there could be, given how things, a sense of retribution toward them. I don't see that as a major issue. I think it would have been better to have the cameras in the courtroom. People in Alameda County, Northern California, who have a strong interest in this case, would have preferred for that to occur. I think that this is a large county here, and so I don't anticipate and see that there will be civil unrest here in any event, no matter what the decision.
in terms of change of venue, sir, there's been a notion that the defense may request a change of venue to San Diego. Was that discussed at all?
There was no additional discussion about the case being transferred to San Diego. That issue has been developed at the time the decision was sent here. A lot of evidence was presented about the relative merits between San Diego and Los Angeles County. The judge had a full hearing on that. and ultimately decided that for this case, Los Angeles County was a better place. So that issue will not come back again.
Down here in LA, we don't know a whole lot about Oscar. Are any family members willing to tell us a little bit about him so that we know whether they care
One
or
more
not?
question.
About television cameras, you said in Oakland in the last year that for the family, for the public in Oakland, more transparency, it would be better to have cameras in the courtroom during the trial.
Well, I have a view that given this case is a Northern California case, an Alameda County case in particular, it may not have great interest in Los Angeles per se, but in Alameda County it does. And it would have been better, from our point of view, that the case was publicized so that it is in fact heard and seen in Alameda County. I had thought that a compromise position could have been presented, although I typically raised my hand that was not acknowledged, where I thought that maybe a compromise position could have been reached, wherein the case is not televised right up front on an ongoing basis, but it's sent to YouTube and televised later. That somehow prevent that kind of urgency on a daily basis, but it could still be seen by those who want to see it now in the county. I still believe that there's a lot of cost involved, there's a lot of family inconvenience, friends inconvenience, a lot of public interest amongst everyone in Alameda County in Northern California. I think it's better served in terms of justice and understanding what the case is about and how the case unfolds on an ongoing basis. That case be heard and televised for everyone to see. The judge made a decision that he didn't agree with that, but that's certainly our view that justice would have been better served if more people could see it as it's unfold, and the judge disagreed with that. We need to accept it. Any other questions before I turn it over to any family members who want to speak? Bobby Cephas Johnson, the uncle, has been spoken with his family.
Sorry, your name again, sir?
All these cameras in front of you. I can't see. I can't appreciate
Your name is, sir, I'm sorry.
Cephas Johnson.
Cephas, thank you.
That's correct.
Where are you?
C-E-P-H-U-S.
Where are you
Johnson.
Hey, Dick, back up, buddy. Thank you.
Could you tell me a little bit about Oscar? I don't know anything about it.
For the community of LA County, Oscar was a father. He was definitely a son. You see his mother here. He was a brother. Oscar was an uncle. He's had many cousins. He's a nephew, my nephew. He was loved by many. Oscar was, just a great kid. A great nephew, a good son. And as you can see in the videos on the platform itself, you can see Oscar communicating to the officers about we haven't done anything wrong. You can hear him say in the video that I have a daughter, please don't tase me. You can hear Oscar trying to make peace with the officers and telling his friends to relax.
So your feeling about having the trial here in LA, do you think there will be justice for Mr. Green?
When we heard the trial was being moved to LA, we became extremely excited. We felt that the demographics of LA County was very similar to that of Alameda County. We also know that the community of LA County have the same feelings that, of course, Alameda County has when it comes to police officers and the injustice that they bring upon the community in itself. We knew that if it went to San Diego, with its history and the demographics, that the case definitely wouldn't really represented us well. So we are confident as a family, and we believe also as a community, especially from Alameda County, that we can secure more justice here in LA County.